when can I stop giving my dog treats for going potty?
Well, whenever you like, but I wouldn't. There's a couple of things that I never stopped rewarding a dog before. I mean, most people know me, know that I'm very particular about phasing out the frequency of food rewards so they become more valuable to the dog and have greater reinforcing power. And I'm always sort of keeping check of what I call response reward ratios. How many responses do you get for a single reward? And as we know with a young puppy, first week in puppy class, we can lure him to do 20 puppy push-ups in a row without actually giving him the food lure as a reward. Well, that's 40 behaviors for one reward. That's just to let people know how they're feeding much, much, much too much food. And so it loses so much of its reinforcing value. Heaven forbid, though, that you're feeding the dog all the time and it's now expected. For other things, though, so for all training, I reduce it down to occasionally you get praise, 1 out of every 3 times, and occasionally 1 piece of kibble, But for some things like classical conditioning, no. You see, that is a classical relationship, okay? And sees a child, I want it always to be pleasant. And so it will be 4 treats or 5 treats or 6, maybe none for a while, but 1 right before the child leaves. So I continue doing that till the day after the dog's dead. Same thing for the urinating outside. I make a special instance out of this. I try to mix it up, and I may say, because we vary the number of treats according to the quantity of the urine, so we're getting different numbers of pieces of kibble when they pee. Sometimes I won't give food rewards, but I'll praise the dog instead and say, that's good. Couch time, chest rub. So I say the words, which are secondary reinforcers, because the dog knows what the word couch means, and it knows what the word chest rub means. Then we go inside and he's on the couch, and the reward for peeing quickly on cue and a long pee, which I know you have held for about an hour and a half, I then, on the couch, roll over, a lengthy chest rub. So I don't necessarily reward with food all the time, but I'm always going to reward. A lot of the times I do real silly stuff. I like giving like a commentary, like I'm a commentator for a rugby game. Incidentally, I hope everyone's seen the Olive and Mabel movies with their owner, a rugby commentator. And they're unbelievable. So I give a lot of commentaries as they're peeing. I say, I think he's going to pee now. Yes, he's short steps. Oh, no, he's changed his mind. He's turning around to the left. He's going to use his right leg. No, he's turned again. It's going to be a left leg pee. It's going to be a left leg pee. He's ambipedal, this dog. He can pee with either leg. Oh, he has gone back to the right leg again and he pees. Good dog. Good dog. Squeeze it out. Good boy. Like this. Or I may dance a jig. With Oso, little dog we had, little black and white dog, very handsome dog. He liked backing up a hillside to poop. And when he'd back up, he also was a digitigrade pooper, right? So dogs either poop plantigrade, they're down on their hocks, or digitigrade, they're up on tippy toe, and they look really stupid if they're digitigrade. When they're plantigrade, they look like, I'm really comfortable and secure about pooping in public here at school. But anyway, so he was digitigrade pooper, and he'd back up a slope. Well, you could see daylight through his legs, right? And it reminded me of an Australian rules football goal posts. They have 4 of them because you get different scores for it. You go through the middle or the sides. And the refs used to do these wonderful hand signals.
Yeah.
So we would back up the slope, I'd watch him and say, here we go now. I think we're going to go for a try, or is it's going to be a drop kick at the goal, and yes, good dog, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, like this. you know, walkers by would see me with Oso backed up a slope, like scoring him and giving him hand signals and then dancing a jig when he's pooping, because these little poops would then roll down the slope, you know, and then I could pick them up without having to clamber up the slope myself.